I thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding this hearing, for your work on rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government. I can tell you one of the issues that I do hear about most frequently from my constituents are the physical and economic danger that are posed by the Brightline expansion into the Treasure Coast. There are numerous issues that deserve scrutiny when it comes to this expansion. On February 15th, my Committee of Transportation and Infrastructure had an opportunity to ask the National Transportation Safety Board, also the Federal Railroad Administration, about many of these issues, and the FRA indicated that they are also very concerned about these safety issues, including the deaths, some of them by suicide, that have been as a result of this train. Now let me just start by saying I am a supporter of private activity bonds. There are numerous important projects, good projects that Congress has specifically intended to provide the option of private activity bonds for. There's a list of them up on the board right there: airports, docks, wharves, mass commuting facilities, facilities for furnishing water, sewage facilities, solid waste disposal, residential projects, furnishing electronic and energy and gas, heating, cooling facilities, hazardous waste facilities, environmental enhancements of hydroelectric generating facilities, and qualified public educational facilities, green building, and sustainable design projects. There are two additional categories. The first is high-speed intercity rail facilities, which Congress defines as a railway using vehicles that are reasonably expected to be capable of attaining a maximum speed of 150 or a speed in excess of 150 miles per hour. In other words, if Brightline wants to use tax-exempt bonds, they have to have the capability to run their trains in excess of 150 miles per hour. But they don't, so Brightline has instead sought to circumvent this congressional intent by claiming that they qualify as a highway. We'll get into the theory of this claim in this hearing, but I do think we can all agree that based on any common understanding of the word highway, this train does not meet that definition. I do believe that if Congress had intended to provide private activity bonds for a passenger train traveling 80 to 110 miles per hour, as Brightline does, then Congress would have laid that out. They would have just said so, and any other interpretation is an affront to the American taxpayer. And in that, I thank you for the time to speak, Mr. Chairman, and I yield back.